Hi everyone. For those of you who do not know me, I am Melody Michelson, Maimonides class of 2007. 2 years ago, when I was studying organic chemistry, I found myself stuck in the laboratory, completing 2 labs in one day because of a snowstorm that had canceled the previous week's lab. After hours measuring the ingredients, mixing chemicals, producing a product, facing many complications, including the decomposition of that product, and repeating the procedure over and over again, I finally managed to leave the lab. Immediately, I rushed over to the music building to complete my homework for a Broadway songwriting course that I was also taking that semester. Sitting at the piano with my lab manual and fresh lab experience, the song tetraphenyl cycloheptadienone was born. After much encouragement, advice, and guidance from my family and professors from Brandeis University, this song grew into a larger project, which is the musical that will be performed for you this afternoon. Today, as I reflect on my experience working with this cast and crew, I can honestly say that I have enjoyed every moment of rehearsals. These students have learned professional theater terms, medical jargon, stage management skills, and 2 of them even wrote their own songs inspired by the plot of the show. They have been extremely well-behaved, polite, professional, creative, and hardworking. They were off book a week before I even asked them to have their lines memorized. I am so proud of each and every one of them. And now, I would like to ask everyone to please turn off all cell phones, pagers, and watch alarms. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Is it?
Yes, sir. Ben William Getsum III.
So, why do you want to become a doctor?
Well, honestly, sir, I I did not choose a medical career. Rather, the career seems to have chosen me. You see, I come from a lineage of doctors, including my father, mother, 2 brothers, 3 uncles, grandfather, great uncle.
I understand you have many physicians in your family, but why do you want to become a physician?
Not only do I have physicians in my family, but my brothers and father attended top-notch medical schools and now work at some of the most esteemed hospitals in the country. Naturally, I was born to be a physician. I remember when I was younger,
I won every math and science competition throughout elementary, middle, and high school. I was on Dean's List during every semester of college. Throughout my childhood,
There were so many things I wanted to know. How does the heart pump blood? What genetic and environmental factors determine a person's health? How does the brain function? I couldn't stand the fact that my parents didn't know the answers to my questions. You know, I wanted to understand the pathology of human health and disease. I mean, when someone is sick, I want to have the answers. I want to know how to cure them.
What makes you different from all the other candidates?
Well, I
have a very strong GPA and MCAT score. I worked as a teaching assistant in general chemistry when I was a sophomore. I interned at the New England Memorial Hospital throughout my freshman, sophomore, and senior years of college. I had the exciting opportunity to experience
the day-to-day life of a physician, from consultations to special procedures to open heart surgery.
I have seen it all. I can't think of a single surgical procedure that I have not witnessed in my many internships. But honestly, ma'am,
beyond the hands-on experience, I think the real reason I want to go to medical school is that I want to help people.
I want to follow in my father's footsteps.
I want to fulfill my true calling in life. I have plenty of experience.
And I won't let anyone tell me that I'm not smart enough to be a doctor.
I think what makes me really different is I've always wanted more from life. No excuses, just honesty. I won't settle for second best. I want excitement, not tranquility. I've always had a higher calling. I began by running, not crawling. The doctor
and a stellar MCAT score and a lot of experience. But you have to understand, you have given me nearly identical information as any other candidates. I need something from you that I haven't seen from anyone else. I need something from you that I wouldn't normally see in an undergraduate. Do you understand?
Ma'am, with all due respect,
I believe my record does stand out from the crowd. Why, take page 25 of my resume, for example.
I don't need a biography, Mr. Getsom, as captivating as I'm sure it is. Although, unless I'm mistaken, it says here, you interned with Dr. Strauss this past summer.
Yes, I did intern with Dr. Strauss.
Please elaborate on your experience with him.
Sure. I was selected from hundreds of applicants to shadow Dr. Strauss. I remember waking up real early my first day, as I always do.
I remember I wanted to make a very good first impression. My mother drove me very early to meet Dr. Strauss at the New England Memorial Hospital. I always take my appointments seriously, and Dr. Strauss was no exception. Hi, honey, let's go. You're gonna be late. Coming, Mom.
I wore my best suit that day, the same suit my father wore when he interviewed for medical school. Anyway, I remember walking into the nursing station and listening to the head nurse, Betty, and all the other nurses change shifts.
This morning. You called that a little anxious? I went to see him this morning and he's like a fish out of water, if you know what I mean. How's Mrs. Johnson?
Dr. Strauss just put her on antibiotics. Her surgery's on the schedule for tomorrow, and her BP and heart rate were higher than usual last night.
The poor dear. You know, from the moment I met her, I could tell her spirits were as strong as steel.
She'll need extra attention today.
All right, well, Miss Steinby discharged this morning. I just went in to say good morning, and she asked me what time Dr. Strauss will be making his rounds. I think
Betty, has Dr. Long returned my call yet? Sue, please tell Mr. Grossman I will go down to the recovery room to take a look at him this afternoon. And Lily, please call the answering service. They paged me in the middle of the last procedure. Tell them I'm booked solid. And Mrs. Johnson will need to get on the schedule first thing in the morning.
Dr. Strauss, your book's solid tomorrow as well. We can't add something to the schedule. There simply isn't room.
Make room. Lily, is my next patient ready yet?
She just got here 2 minutes ago.
Very well. Please let me know when she's ready. I'll be in my office dictating reports.
I'd sure like to see how well he'd get along without us. Someday, I'd love to whip out a baseball bat and knock him over the head with it.
You know, one of these days he's gonna push my buttons a little too hard and I'm gonna knock the batteries out of his sockets. Then we'll see who's treating who in this hospital.
I'm sorry?
Honey, what these doctors don't realize is cars don't run without fuel and this hospital wouldn't run without nurses.
You've got to give the man some credit. He's the busiest doctor around and has a wonderful reputation with his patients. Hello, can I help you?
Yes, I'm Ben Getsom, son of Dr. Getsom. The student who was shadowing Dr. Strauss this morning?
Oh, he's in this office. You can wait in the lobby.
So, you're one of the few lucky interns. You have no idea how fortunate you are, young man. One letter of recommendation from Dr. Strauss and you could be writing your acceptance letter to Harvard Medical School in no time. Oh, I hope I'm not late. I had a little trouble finding this interns. Is Dr. Strauss in?
I was just about to let him know that his interns have arrived. I take it you're here to shadow him this summer as well?
Yes, my name is Sarah.
And I'm Ben, but I got here first.
Lisa, will you please show them to Dr. Strauss's office?
Sure, right this way.
The catheter was advanced from the femoral artery to the aortic arch. Upon entry, the left ventricle was biopsied for compliance with the native immune system. Just a minute. Thus far, Mr. O'Leary's heart transplant appeared to be resisting an immune response, and the immunosuppressants appear to be functioning successfully, despite some initial concerns. Copy Dr. Lee, Dr. Long, and Dr. Barn. I don't know what they were so worried about. Signed, Dr. Nathan L. Strauss. Come in.
Your new interns are here.
Yes, come in. Now, who do I have here?
I'm Ben Getzem. First off, Dr. Strauss, I want to thank you for this honor and opportunity to shadow you this summer. I'm really looking forward to working with you. I'm sure you have heard of my father and mother, the Dr. Getzems. Well, I'm thrilled to be a Dr. Getzem in training. It is my most fervent desire to become a cardiologist, just like yourself.
And I'm Sarah Andrews. It's such a pleasure to finally have the opportunity to meet you. I've heard such wonderful things about you.
It's a pleasure to meet both of you. Please sit down. Here are your schedules. You'll shadow me on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and you'll conduct research in my laboratories on Tuesdays and Fridays. Well, if there are no further questions...
I have a question, sir. Why did you choose to become a physician?
That's a good question, Ben. The truth is, when I was first starting out, I wasn't sure if I wanted to become a doctor. I remember when I was in college, I used to ask myself, what is it all for? Why do I spend my time in lab instead of outdoors? What good will it do if I know the wavelengths of light, both green and blue? I remember going through the motions, working through problems day after day, without even a clue what good 8 more years of school would do. But then I came across this prayer. Maimonides understood exactly what his role was as a physician. He prayed to Hashem to help him save his patients' lives and fulfill the difficult job of being a doctor. it every day. And slowly, I understood that I became a doctor so that I could make a contribution to the world and help save other people's lives. The most noble and fulfilling job I could think of. Now, as you may already know, medical school admissions are extremely competitive. So, to help you out, I make the following offer. If I deem you worthy of it, I'll write a letter of recommendation for one of you for matriculation for medical school for the fall of next year.
Dr. Strauss, I really appreciate that you will write a letter of recommendation for me.
Hold on. Just one of us?
That's my policy. I don't want the admissions committee to think that I'm sending them every student I work with. I only send the cream of the crop, the most diligent, hardworking, and worthy student. A student Maimonides himself would have been proud of. Now, if there are no further questions, I have work to attend to. Please get ready and meet me in room 1 for the stress test. You're doing great, Mrs. Johnson. Just 2 more minutes to go.
Dr. Strauss, what exactly is the purpose of a stress test?
It's a test that all of Dr. Strauss's patients have to take after meeting him because of all the anxiety he causes them.
How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing fine. Are we almost finished?
It's going to get a little bit harder, and then we'll give you a break.
Brace yourself, Mrs. Johnson.
Okay.
In response to your question, Sarah, I give each one of my patients a stress test to check the general function of their heart.
Yes, Sarah. Cardiac stress tests compare the coronary circulation at rest with that at maximal physical exertion, thereby allowing you to detect stress of blood flow to the myocardium.
Someone appears to have done his homework.
Well, at least I don't just appear to have done my homework. People just know that I've actually done it. Ha 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 ha! Giddy up! Yahoo! Woo! I don't know what you are all so worried about. I am a natural equestrian. I have been in every tournament.
Not in a million years, dear. Those heels would kill the poor horse, never mind the feet. Miss Strauss, can you hear me? Miss Strauss?
Woo, Miss Strauss! Who's Miss Strauss?
I believe we have some memory loss here. Her symptoms are most unusual. I better go get Dr. Strauss. Dr. Strauss!
Betty, I'm busy with the patient. What is it?
It's Emily, your daughter.
What? All right. Betty, you finish with Mrs. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson, I'm sorry, but an emergency has just come up, and Betty is going to take good care of you. What is going on here?
The EMT said she fell off a horse.
What's going on? Where am I?
Emily, do you know who I am?
Of course, I know who you are. You're a doctor. You work here. I can tell by your stethoscope. What? Are you not a doctor?
Emily, everything is going to be okay. I'm here now, and I'm going to make sure you're okay. Bring her some Tylenol and bring her to room 2. I'm going to go call the chief over at Milton Hospital. I want him to come and take a look at her.
class. Today's experiment involves tetraphenylcycloheptadieno.
Is that some sort of disease? Hey, can I look at your notes after class? Sure. By the way, did you catch what the professor just said? I no speak English.
Everyone, please hand in your lab reports.
Here you go.
Oops, sorry.
I think I have a problem. Oh my gosh, what happened? My lab partner spilled acid all over my lab report.
I guess you'll just have to do it again.
Girls, put those away. Now, as I was saying, today's lesson involves tetraphenylcycloheptadieno. We'll focus primarily on aromatic ketones and cyclic ketones.
Makes the cyclic aromatic ketone, recrystallize the solvent, and then, if your product decomposes, start over again. Measure liters, meters, milligrams, and moles. Hide in your funnel and avoid holes. Next is the size your product and brain. Then you won't have to stay here all day.
All right, enough of that.
I dream of a world without constant murders, or tattoos or beavers to clean, where the lab reports don't matter, and no one understands the innate nature of your hands. Feels like that will hit me over so I can go home, away from the carcinogens and free, from tetraphenylcycloheptadiene.
Class is over.
Is someone sitting here?
No, by all means.
Hi, I'm Joey Long, fourth year medical student.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ben Getzum, summer intern to Dr. Strauss.
And I'm Sarah Andrews, also a summer intern to Dr. Strauss.
The pleasure's all mine.
Do you also work for Dr. Strauss?
If only. No, I'm working as a research assistant under Dr. Green. I'm trying to build up my resume before I apply for my internship next year.
Where are you applying? Do you know where you want to work?
Interning at the Wakefield Hospital has always been a dream of mine.
My father works as the chief of surgery there. I must say, he runs his hospital in a far more organized a manner than Dr. Strauss does.
What? How do you mean?
The dramatic family emergency he seems to be having with his daughter, it sure does make it impossible for me to get a solid observation without being interrupted.
You know, Ben, I think we might be able to help each other out. Ever since his daughter Emily became ill, Dr. Strauss has made her his top priority. I bet a pretty penny that if you can get Emily on your good side, Dr. Strauss will be lighting that letter recommendation for you faster than Emily thinks she can ride a horse.
But that girl is diseased. How could I even make her vouch for me if I can't even converse with her? I would have to do something crazy like
Find the cure to Emily's disease.
You aren't even in medical school yet. You really think you can find the cure to Emily's condition?
as if finding the cure to some disease is really going to help you get into med school.
Med school admissions are so competitive, it sure feels like you need to find the cure to something to get in. And what makes you so much more likely? Your dad? At least I'm thinking of ideas. Using your family to get into med school doesn't seem like you're doing anything about this case at all. Sounds more like a lame excuse to make up for what you aren't. Now, I've got to get my hands on some of Emily's throat cultures. Excuse me.
is driving me crazy. Why does she have to go pretending that she knows everything?
Feeling a little competitive, are we?
Of course I feel competitive. Don't you know Dr. Strauss is only willing to write a letter of recommendation for one of us? If she finds the cure to Emily's disease before I do, my chances of getting into med school will go down the drain.
You really think she's gonna find the cure before you do? She looks like a bit of a klutz if you ask me.
Look, I need your help. If you will help me secure a recommendation from Dr. Strauss, I'll put in a good word for you with my father for your internship next year.
Sure, but what can I do to help?
You, my friend, can keep me updated on Sarah's progress. Pretend you're helping her and share the results of her tests with me, so I can cure Emily before she does.
Well, since we're doing this in Emily's best interest, I see no harm in bending the rules a little. Since Sarah doesn't seem capable of doing Emily much good, we're only helping Emily by preventing Sarah from treating her. Don't worry, Ben. I'm on the job.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you.
So do you think he's Jewish? I mean, because he's so cute.
Oh, I really don't know, George. I just met him today. Maybe you should ask him.
Are you kidding? Shh, shh. Here he comes.
Mind if I speak with you for a second?
I will leave you two alone. I'll see you later.
Sure.
I heard you before about wanting to help. What are you doing?
Ugh, if I could only make this centrifuge spin faster. I need these results as quickly as possible.
There you go.
Hey, how did you do that?
4 years in medical school, and I should hope I know something. Hey, why are you using a centrifuge anyway?
Well, the doctors still haven't diagnosed Emily's disease. They don't seem to know what's wrong with her. I'm testing a sample of her blood for various viruses, and
That's brilliant, Sarah. You know, between you and me, I think you're going to get Dr. Strauss's letter.
are you kidding? Ben seems to have every check mark filled in the book for a perfect applicant. Unlike him, I don't have any doctors in my family.
But you seem determined and very bright. Hey, how would you like a little help with the research? I might be able to show you a thing or two.
That would be amazing. The faster we run these tests, the faster we can cure Emily.
And the faster you'll get Dr. Strauss's letter of recommendation and get into medical school. What have you found out so far?
Well, this is strictly confidential, but so far, I found out that Emily has an elevated white blood cell count. Her primary symptoms are ipsilateral, unilateral, submandibular, retroauricular, hyperplastic, phlegmatic lymphadenopathy. The doctors haven't confirmed this yet, but from what I found, I think Emily may be suffering from
Do you think she will remember us?
Of course she will. We're her best friends. Plus, she better remember me because she owes me a new pair of stilettos.
You and your stilettos.
I'm actually hoping she doesn't remember me because we got into a huge fight recently.
She'll definitely remember me because I'm like the source of all her friends on Facebook. Plus, I'm a very memorable person.
How's that? Let me see. Flaming brown hair, yarmulke, collared shirt, iron pants. Yeah, you look quite distinct.
Very funny, Rachel.
Nova, did you bring anything for Emily?
Well, yeah, I did get her this teddy bear.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I'm sure she'll love it.
Oh no, you bought her pink flowers? You know how she's always talking about how much she loves the color purple.
Oh my god, you're totally right. She's gonna hate these. Where am I gonna put them? What am I gonna do? Where's the trash? Don't be ridiculous. Flowers are flowers. This is her room. Come on, guys.
Hi, guys. It's so good to see you.
See, I knew she would remember me.
You must be my sisters and brothers.
Emily, you don't have any sisters or brothers.
I don't? I know. I was just testing to see if you knew me. What did you say your names were again?
Oh, gee, this is really bad.
What's really bad? Why does everyone keep saying something really bad happened?
We are friends, Emily. I'm Rachel.
I'm Naomi. Don't you remember?
Guys, I wasn't born yesterday. I know exactly who you are. You're my friends.
We have a winner.
If I'm the winner, then who's the loser?
It's just an expression, Emily. There is no loser.
Then it's a tie? But she said I won!
Where's Stephanie? Stephanie, what are you doing up there? Come in.
Hi, Emily. I can't believe you. I can't believe you were hiding out there. Ha! I nearly missed you completely. It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you too.
Thank you for the flowers. I absolutely love them.
Oh, you do? That's such a relief. You know, I didn't think you were gonna like them because they're not purple, and you always are talking about how much you love purple. I'm so happy.
I do? I mean, ew, these flowers are so out of season. Thanks a lot for forgetting my favorite color.
Look who's talking.
I'm so sorry, Emily. I didn't mean to forget. You know, I'm so forgetful. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
But both of you, please stop being so ridiculous. Look, Emily, you also like pink flowers.
I do?
Yes, you do.
Well, why didn't you just say so? These are the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. They're so heavenly looking.
Now let's not get carried away. They're just flowers.
Well, I guess they're kind of nice.
Hey, Emily, you also told me to remind you that you owe me $20.
I do?
No, she doesn't, Jacob.
Would you please put my flowers in the sink?
I think you mean to put them in a vase.
Yeah, Emily.
Stop contradicting me. I know where flowers go. Please put them in the sink and leave me alone.
All right, visiting hours over for today. Everybody out.
Sorry, everyone, but I have to go.
Everyone except for you, miss. Bye,
Emily.
Don't forget me. Don't forget us. Don't forget me.
You're so bossy. Those people were being nice to me, and you made me look like a complete idiot. Thanks a lot.
Who's bossy? Are you talking about the nurses?
What nurses?
Never mind that. I came to cheer you up, Emily. You seem pretty upset today.
I wish everyone would stop acting weird and just tell me what's going on. Where am I?
I am here to answer all of your questions, Emily. I'm on your side. I want to help you.
Finally, someone I can trust. Are you a doctor?
Not yet, but I'm hoping to become one.
Become one? Why would you want to become a doctor? You have to deal with sick people who complain all day long. And you have to wear the same outfit every single day. Totally not cool.
I want to become a doctor because I'm interested in the pathology and physiology of human health and disease.
Canonology and physiology? Of who?
Who am I kidding? I could tell you. You won't remember anyway.
Remember what?
The reason I want to become a doctor is, well, I don't know if I want to become one.
You don't? But you seem like the kind of guy that knows a lot.
Yeah, that's what I do. I make myself seem like the guy that knows a lot. Funny thing about people, if you act convincingly enough, people will believe a lot of what you say, especially if it's medical stuff.
So, you want respect? Is that why you want to become a doctor?
Yeah, sort of. You see, everyone in my family has been a doctor. My father, my mother, and each one of them stood out in ways that made them significant.
But aren't you significant too?
Yeah, but it's different for me. In my family, becoming a doctor is a status of honor, respect, recognition, a family tradition that, if broken, would mean humiliation for that one misplaced puzzle piece. The entire picture would be destroyed.
So your family is just forcing you to be a doctor. And you don't really want to be one at all.
Emily, don't tell your father. I didn't really mean what I said.
Why would I tell my father that you don't want to become a lawyer? What has my father got to do with you? What did you say your name was again?
Thanks, Emily. I knew I could count on you. Here, let me fluff your pillows for you. Do you want anything to drink?
Sure. I would love some hot cocoa, please.
Okay, one hot cocoa coming right up.
But Emily's biggest problem seems to be memory loss. If only her scans would give us more information.
Hi, Sarah.
Oh, hi, Joey.
What are you working on?
I was just looking over Emily's charts, and I realized that her hematocrit is much lower than usual. I think I might know what's wrong with her.
That's great.
Yeah, but I need to work as quickly as possible so that I can find the cure before Ben does.
So, does that mean you won't be attending the hospital's annual matzo ball?
The hospital's having a matzo ball? That's such a funny name for it.
Yeah, they use it as a fundraiser for the hospital. It's a fun pre-Passover party.
Do you celebrate Passover?
Absolutely.
Great, me too.
So, what do you say? Do you want to go with me to the matzo ball?
I would love to, but I need to work on the cure for Emily.
Well, if you won't come to the ball, will you at least let me help you in the lab?
That would be amazing. Look at this. I've been running the numbers all day, and I think Emily may be suffering from a rare infection.
And after she determined the bacterial infection, she began working on a cure to fight the disease.
She's absolutely brilliant. Why didn't I think of that?
Let's not get carried away.
Wait. Where's this drug now?
It's right here, but we still need to run some tests on some lab rats to make sure it's safe before we give it to Emily.
Oh, she thinks of everything.
She knows a thing or two, but who are you kidding? I've been leading her to the answers all along.
I wouldn't doubt you for a second. You're the brains behind the whole project.
Sarah has been working day after day, but all of her experiments are just child's play. No matter what she measures or how hard she tries, she'll never find the answers, she'll never reach the prize. You're the brains behind the project, the brilliant mastermind.
Ladies and gentlemen, there'll now be a brief 15-minute intermission.
Oh. Hi. Do I know you?
No, please don't tell anyone I was here.
Tell who? Who is here?
I'm Sarah, and I'm here to talk to you and help you out.
Oh. Let me guess. You want to become a doctor?
How do you know that?
I think everyone around here wants to become one. They all act like it, but none of them tell me why. Well, at least one of them did.
Ben? He's also an intern.
Yeah, I can't quite remember his name, but he was dressed awfully nice. So why do you want to become a doctor?
I want to become a physician because I'm interested in the pathology and physiology of human health and disease.
Gesundheit.
Oh, all right. You won't remember any of this anyhow. Truth is, I want to be a doctor because when I was growing up, I was constantly surrounded by people who only cared about material things. Looking thin, trying to be pretty, gorgeous, wearing all the most expensive, fashionable clothes, I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was expected to live under a cookie cutter. Always match the shape and look how the baker wants you to look. Never what you want. God forbid I wear last season's color. What was it? Pink? And this one's purple? It doesn't make any sense.
I completely agree. How could purple be winter?
I wanted to be somewhere where everything made sense and where things weren't governed by what was cool or good looking, but genuinely by what would help people. I mean, those other things didn't help me at all. They just gave me the illusion that I'd fit in or that I'd have friends if I wore those clothes. But I never experienced any of that. In fact, when I didn't have those things, I felt worse. I needed to be in an environment where people were always helping people.
So, you wanted to become a doctor. Isn't that a bit extreme? I mean, you can help people in lots of other ways. You don't have to be a doctor to do that.
I know, but that's not all. I want to become a doctor because I want to help people who are sick. I want to have the answers so that I don't need to wait for people to tell me what to do.
You should talk to that other guy who wants to be his doctor. His story is kind of similar to yours.
Ben?
Yeah, unless I was dreaming, he was pressured to be a doctor because that's what everyone in his family wanted. And you want to be a doctor because you don't like to wear fashionable clothes. Sounds pretty similar to me.
All this time, I thought that all he wanted was that signature. Maybe there's more to him than I thought.
Isn't that true about everyone?
Yeah, I guess it is. Hey, Emily, can I check your vital signs? Say
I can't believe we've been working on this for 3 weeks.
The first week, 3 of our lab rats died. And the second week, 1 died.
Although I'm absolutely sure that was a rare complication.
But we can't take any chances here. We're talking about Emily's life after all.
How's she doing? Has she improved at all?
Her memory loss is getting much worse. And it doesn't help that Ben's been spending lots of time with her. I need to finish this drug as quickly as possible.
So, what's the plan for today?
I'm not sure. We're still missing an ingredient.
Shall we go through the list of ingredients again?
I don't see what else we can do.
Okay. We take 3 milligrams of the compound called YMAs to block the 11-beta-HSD1 enzyme from producing the stress steroid hormone, i.e. glucocorticoids, from causing memory loss.
Check.
Okay, next we add a tablespoon of...
Wait a minute! I've got it! I know exactly what we've been missing. We need a tablespoon of...
What?
Elephant oil! Oh, how could I have forgotten? See, my grandmother used to talk about folk remedies all the time. And I remember she once mentioned something about using elephant oil to cure memory loss.
Okay, Sarah, can you sit down for a second? I need to ask you a serious question.
Okay, sure. What is it? What?
Elephant oil! Are you out of your mind?
Just be quiet. I know this is the answer. I've read about it. It was used in ancient times. There's a compound called zubluagene contained in elephant oil. Look, I know you think I'm crazy, but haven't you heard of resveratrol?
You mean the compound in wine that's supposed to stop people from aging?
Yes. See, if wine can cure aging, then elephant oil can cure memory loss. Finally! It's finished!
Are you absolutely sure this is the missing component?
Yes! Well, 99% sure. Let's test it out. Want to try some?
No. Thank you. Let's try it out on one of the students in the lab.
But how will I get them to drink it?
Well, just tell them it's a bottle of water.
But what if it has weird complications? What if they turn into an elephant or something?
Don't be ridiculous. Stop worrying so much. Here, give me that. I'll show you nothing bad will happen.
Oh my gosh, Joey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was just teasing you.
Not funny.
Okay, let's try this out on someone else now.
Okay. Hey, Jessica, Evie, come here for a minute.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, what's going on? Jessica, do you remember what you wore to your 5th birthday party?
Sarah, are you okay?
Just answer the question, will you?
No, I can't say I remember what I wore to my 5th birthday party. I can't even remember what I wore 2 weeks ago. If I closed my eyes, I probably couldn't tell you what I'm wearing today.
Perfect.
What?
Nothing. Hey, Evie, what are you wearing today?
Blue skirt, black shirt. Ugh.
Hey, one more thing. Would either of you mind tasting this water?
Why?
Because Joey thinks it tastes funny.
It tastes really good. I mean, it tastes funny. What do you think?
Ew, why is there oil floating in your water?
It's because they put too many minerals in it. Here, try some. It'll boost your immune system.
Okay, if it'll make you guys leave me alone. Ew, this water tastes really weird. What was that?
Before I tell you, just tell me something. What did you wear to your 5th birthday party?
Guys, I told you.
All I can remember is I wore a pink dress with white ruffles on it, which my mom got me from Israel a month before so I could wear on my 5th birthday party, with those shiny black shoes she knew I wanted from that children's store across the street from where we lived, with pigtails with curls at the ends. Now, will you please tell me why you're trying to poison me?
One more question. Evie, what did you wear 2 weeks ago on Monday?
A black skirt with a green top. What are you so happy about anyway?
It works! It works! I did it!
We did it.
Yes, you did! Jessica, Evie, you have just taken part in a scientific breakthrough. You are the first human being to try this memory-enhancing drug. How does it feel?
Are you crazy? This stuff hasn't been FDA approved and you let me drink it?
No need to flip out. We knew you'd be safe.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Joey, I can't believe we finally found the cure!
Dodging little corduroys, I've got the recollection.
me more than you. I'll convince him you deserve that letter of recommendation, you know, man to man.
No need. I can talk for myself.
You can't. I mean, someone has to wait here and make sure no one steals the drugs. And while I'm gone, you can find more people to test it on. The more test subjects we had, the more he'll believe us, right?
All right, but hurry back, Joey.
Have you seen Ben?
I think he's in Emily's room.
Thanks. Is Ben here?
Is he the fancy dressed one?
Yeah, him. Hey, you don't look so good.
I feel really cold.
That's definitely not a good sign. I'll get Dr. Strauss.
No need. The nurses said look at him.
No, I'll do it. Nothing ever gets done unless you do it yourself.
Don't you trust people?
Well, no. But recently I started to. I mean, people are bound to make mistakes, and sometimes it costs lives. That's why I always double check things.
You can trust the interns. They're trustworthy.
How would you know?
They talk to me. Like that girl, she trusted her friends, but didn't like what they valued in life. So she found her own values in life.
You mean Sarah? She said that?
Yeah. You should try to help people, but you should generally try to trust people more. It's much more rewarding than if you just pretend all the time.
I need to go. You're looking worse. Go check on Emily.
Hi, Emily. Honey, how are you feeling? I feel really cold.
Oh no, she has a really high fever. I better go page Dr. Strauss. Dr. Strauss in one, please, Dr. Strauss in one.
What's going on?
It's Emily. I already gave her Tylenol, but it didn't touch her.
Betty, I can't bear to lose her. I can't bear to lose another one. Not after my wife. Bring her some Motrin and a cold blanket. I'm gonna go call Dr. Jenkins.
What's going on? Is everything okay with Emily?
Ben, is that you?
Ben, please stay at her room right now. She is very sick and I don't have time to talk.
When I was younger, I watched my dad diagnose with accuracy. He had an answer for everything, and I thought to myself, that's gonna be me, 'cause I've always had a higher calling. I began by running, not crawling. The doctor with answers is who I'm gonna be, 'cause making a difference is everything to me. That's it. I'm telling Joey that the deal is off. I don't care about Dr. Strauss's letter of recommendation anymore. I want to become a doctor so I can help people, not to take the credit that others deserve.
Ben, I've been looking everywhere for you. Sarah has found the cure to Emily's disease, and it really works. You're definitely getting into medical school, and I'm definitely getting that internship.
Ben, Emily's asking for you again. Come with me to her room.
Joey, did you tell him yet?
Dr. Strauss,
Yes?
Ben has some exciting news for you.
Dr. Strauss, the cure for Emily's disease. Sarah's invented the cure for Emily's disease.
It's true. It's right here, Dr. Strauss.
That's impossible. Not even the top physicians at this hospital have been successful.
I know, but Joey and I have been working at it for days. I couldn't have done it alone. Joey was enormously helpful.
Sarah, please come with me to Emily's room and explain why this concoction will work.
It all started when I realized how elevated Emily's white blood count was. I knew she was battling an infection, so
What was that about? Why did you do that?
Look, Joey, it's not right. Sarah deserves the credit after all her hard work.
Why do you care so much about Sarah? She's gonna get that letter, and you're gonna be left with nothing.
Joey, It's about time you started caring about Sarah's feelings. Didn't you see how she really looked up to you? Don't you realize how she really trusts you?
I guess I acted like a bit of an idiot. I was so focused on getting that internship, I lost sight of what being a doctor is really about.
Come on, Joey. Let's go do what real doctors do. Let's go cure Emily.
on another person's life. Today, I would like to thank my teachers, friends, and family for supporting me through this process and helping me get to where I am today. Each one of you has had a huge impact on my life, and for that, I am very grateful. Now, my classmates and I are ready to go out into the world and use our skills to help others. One thing medical school has taught us is that the way to improve the world is one step and one patient at a time.
That was a beautiful speech, Sarah. I knew I gave my recommendation to the right person.
Thank you so much, Dr. Strauss. You have really been a huge inspiration to my husband, Joey, and me.
And Ben, congratulations on making it through medical school. There's a very valuable lesson that can be learned from this. Even if things don't turn out exactly the way you had planned, you can still achieve your dreams if you work hard enough.
Thank you, sir.
Joel Savitz.
Indal Haddad.
Hannah Spear.
Charlotte Gedalia.
Annika Tarlin.
Miriam Foreman.
Orly Stitcher.
Rachel Weissler.
Sarah Kozowski.
Rebecca Stolarov.
Amy Alford.
Julia Moravisham.
Aliza Solomon.
Rachel Green.
Sam Unger.
Simon Tate.
Simon Dayu.
David Gould.
Aliza Schoenberg.
Johnny Wilson.
Adelma.
Don't be afraid that you won't achieve. If you follow your heart, then you will
Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming. Weren't they amazing? At this point, I would like to thank my assistant directors, Mrs. Jacqueline Novikov and Mr. Jack Fiddler, for their amazing contribution to this production. They went above and beyond their jobs as my assistant directors and anticipated and completed every question and task that was assigned to them without hesitation. I would also like to thank Karen Bell, Merv Algie, Clint Quentin, Francois, and the fabulous custodial staff for their enormous help behind the scenes of this process. And thank you to Rabbi Bosowich, Rabbi Jaffe, Judith Borashek, and Rabbi Shapiro, who I'm so honored to have here today, for your guidance and support. Thank you to Aura Catering, Andrews, and Milk Street for their generous donations. Thank you to Nancy Wasner, Sarah Hurst, Dave Dorvelier for your behind-the-scenes help. Thank you to Mike Rosenberg and Ellen Poulda for your help with publicity, Ariella Wolfson for your help with the cover art and the art up here, Lori Salkin for her help editing the script, my sister. And thank you to the parents of the cast and crew for encouraging and supporting your children through this process. And Adira Wolfs and Jesse Gould for their wonderful work running the lights and the sound today. Thank you to Greg Jekowitz and Saul Slazis for their wonderful work designing and running the sound and lights today as well. And a shout out to my friends from Brandeis. Thank you for coming today. Thank you to Aviva Wolfson, who's helping out backstage as well, and all of my cousins. And to my parents, grandmother, siblings, aunt and uncle, and cousins, thank you for supporting me through every step of this process, from editing my script to painting the set, designing the cover art, running the light board, moving the set pieces. June's back there moving the set pieces. Thank you to June. And helping with publicity. I want each and every one of you to know how very much I appreciate all of your assistance. Thank you to everyone who has helped to make this dream a reality.
And Melody, we have an announcement for you.
So we got you some gifts.
To show our appreciation and how much we love you.
Thank you so much.
We all love you. And Mrs. Novakov, we love you too.
Mrs. Novikov. Mrs. Novikov.
Mrs. Novakov, we need you on stage.
And Mr. Fiddler. Woo! Come and take a bow, please.
Thank you. So that concludes our performance. Thank you.